Okay, we're recording. This is a video about washing dishes. Been washing dishes lately. Let's hit record from home. Collaborating with at least one human being every day, trying to stay creative during quarantine. As I mentioned before, we're making a show documenting lots of different people staying creative together, making different projects, making a show for YouTube originals, and telling the stories of different people and the art that they're making together. And I think I'm ready to say one of the pieces of art that we are going to include in the show is the short film that we all made together, which was called Yes, Your Plans Have Gone to Shit. This is a short film that started from a piece of writing by Steffi B about sort of being forced to slow down, having one's plans go to shit, and learning to appreciate the little things in life that we often take for granted when we're going at full speed. And in the first of our 6 episodes of the show, we're gonna talk about how we made this short film together. I was just on the phone with Steffi B, so we'll hear from her and hear from a bunch of the actors and cinematographers, etc., who contributed to that project. But we also want to hear just from folks who are experiencing this, what the short film is about. The last line of it goes, "Mind what you would have missed if you'd kept moving." And like I said, it's about sort of appreciating the little things. In our normal day-to-day, we go and go and go and go. And for a lot of us, not for everybody, certainly, and we're talking about that in the Who Stays Home project, but for a lot of us, this pandemic has sort of forced us to slow down. And if there's a silver lining, maybe it's that when you're forced to slow down, you do stop and appreciate those little things. Like there's a line in the short film, "Listen to the bird song." And another line is, "Stand with your face in the sun." So I'd like to hear from any of you who want to contribute to this show about one specific little thing in your life that you've stopped and appreciated more during this time of pandemic when we've all been, not all, but when some of us have been forced to slow down. If you've been sort of forced to slow down, are there any little things, or really think of one that's really meant something to you that you wouldn't have appreciated as much had you been in your normal full speed day to day? Just get on camera and talk just like I'm doing. In fact, I'm gonna do one right now. The easiest way to contribute, of course, not to hustle, but the easiest way to contribute is download the app and you can open up the Create Together project. That's the name of the show. The temporarily working title name of the show. No, maybe we'll keep it, I don't know. But that's the name of the show and for now. And just go to this on-camera step that says, talk about a little thing in life that you're appreciating right now. And then you can just hit the record button and it'll contribute to the project just like that. Of course, if you don't have the app, you can also just record it on your camera and go to the website and contribute it that way. But I'll do one right now. Something I've been doing while staying at home that I don't usually do in my day-to-day life that much is washing dishes. Not that I never wash dishes in my normal life, but if I'm really honest, I work a fair amount, and when I'm not working, I really try to just focus on my kids, and I'm in the fortunate position to be able to hire awesome people, Nelson and Letty, who come to our house and do some cleaning on a regular basis. And so I don't normally wash dishes, but nowadays we're in a strict quarantine and Nelson and Letty aren't coming. And so I've been doing my best to do my share of washing dishes. I don't think I even am doing my fair share, to be really honest, but I'm trying. And on the one hand, you could think of it as a chore that's taken me away from other things that matter more in my life, like work that I care about, where there's always more work to do, running a company with 40 people. And spending time with my family, with my 2 boys, who are down to pay attention to dishes for a minute or two, but you know, aren't gonna stick with it for much time. But when I think about it another way, it's not just a distraction. There's something that can become almost meditative about washing dishes. I actually was reading a book by this monk, Thich Nhat Hanh, I believe is how you say his name. I'm not an expert in this kind of thing, but I was reading his book called The Miracle of Mindfulness, which isn't about miracles or anything. It's actually just a really grounded and I think thoughtful and smart book about paying attention. And he uses washing the dishes as an example of, and I guess this is what he means by a miracle. Even just washing dishes, the most mundane thing, can be appreciated as beautiful and miraculous if you really appreciate the moment of feeling water on your hands and what that feels like, and appreciate the miracle of having hands and having enough fingers to be able to pick up this dish and clean it and then dry it and put it in the rack. And if you can really be present while you're washing dishes, this actually can make a great exercise in mindfulness. And I remember reading that a while ago, at least a year, maybe 2 years ago. I read about that and was like, that's cool. Next time I wash dishes, I'm gonna try to be mindful and do that. But the truth is, I don't wash dishes very often in my everyday life. But in quarantine, I have been washing dishes. At least my wife Tasha's gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, "You don't wash the dishes that much, fool." Trying. So there's my on-camera contribution. I hope it inspires you to get on camera and talk about it, or just to appreciate a little thing. Watch the short film. Watch Yes, Your Plans Have Gone to Shit. There's a link right down there. It's only a minute long. And see if it can attune your perspective to the little things. And see if it taps into something that you've noticed about your life during this pandemic as the world has slowed down. What's one little thing that you have come to appreciate that you might have been taking for granted before? I'll leave it there for today. Have a great weekend, everybody. This is actually a great thing to focus on during the weekend. Think about it. Take the rest of today, Friday, think about it. Even take Saturday, record this on a Sunday. Or do it whenever the fuck you want. But have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Thanks again.